Okay, let's go. I just thought we'd have a look at the sky together. I think everything's right. 19, I'll go a little bit to where we are now. 1929, November the 16th, 2018. Okay, let's have a look at the sky, guys. So at the moment, Mars is in Aquarius, and so is the moon. And the moon is illuminated 60%. Okay, I can't remember where it began its journey right now. But these guys, Mars and Moon, are right on top of Fomalhaut. And Neptune is at the moment around here too. So this is the fixed cross. This is the third eye. This is Twin Peaks. And 2020, Jupiter and Saturn are meeting here in the Black Earth cardinal. This is fixed air. We're moving into air now, and this is where we should be. This is the equinox where we should be now, but we're still held on Aries, Libra, when we should be at Pyramids of Giza, Sphinx, opposite. Anyway, let's just have a look where everyone is. So Saturn and Pluto are still in Sagittarius. Saturn moved here in 2017 on the winter solstice, and in 2020 he is going to sit here with Jupiter. Jupiter moves faster. He spends 1 year in each sign, so he is now in the process of leaving. He's still in Libra, but he is about to hit Scorpio for 1 year. So Jupiter is Judas, Jupiter is Zeus, and he's space, and he wants to live forever, and he and his mate Mercury, so we've got Michael Jackson. Mercury rules Mutable, and so does Jupiter. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius and Pisces. And these two work as a team to keep us as adepts in duality, because all mutable signs deal with duality, bipolar stuff. They don't want us to enter the twin peak age of Saturn, because then we will merge back again as one in our true state of androgynous. There's no need for this LGBT making us go through a flesh material experience of changing sex, because joining your male and female is an inside job. So we're gonna have to live a few rituals, because Jupiter knows that when he comes to sit here in 2020 with Saturn, Saturn is here now, Jupiter is here now, he's gonna move over the next 2 years. Next year he'll do Saturn. Saturn will take another 2 years here, he moves slower, and they are both going to meet here with Pluto. Pluto is, I'll show you Pluto. Pluto is here. So Pluto and Saturn, Pluto is ending 20 years here, and Saturn came here in 2017. So when Pluto, the unconscious, is here in ideologies, philosophy, religion, the Jupiterian gang, he's really making us question our belief programs. And at the same time, Uranus is right now here. Uranus. Here is Uranus in Pisces, so these are the two areas that Jupiter rules. Jupiter rules Pisces and Sagittarius, Saturn rules this gang. So at the moment Saturn is in the home of Jupiter, and Jupiter is leaving Libra. Now Libra is Venus, and Venus here is Aphrodite, and Aphrodite is a tranny. Okay, Aphrodite is a tranny because Venus is masculine air in Libra. But once upon a time, Libra and Scorpio were one sign. And by the way, everything I'm saying is really a big thank you to Lavette. because I couldn't have pulled myself together without her. And I'm just spreading her message in my little way. But it's very important that everybody gets this message, because, you know, the gatekeepers are great, but there's a moment that we've got to understand what the black magicians are up to. So this was once upon a time when the calendar was 10. It was also, Lavette says it was 9/11. But there was a time that Scorpio and Libra were one. And at the moment, so when Jupiter comes into the home of Venus, this is where we lost the wisdom, because this used to be the eagle holding the snake in its claws. But when the sun fell here 12,000 years ago, it took with it the wisdom, and Jupiter took over, Sagittarius took over the light, and gave us his fake light throughout the 10,000 years, and we're now coming out of 2,500 years here. This is the Vatican, this is the Solomon Solar Lunar, Freemasons and Jesuits, Freemasons and Jesuits, yeah, religion and Freemasonry. And this is the New Testament getting us ready to hit 144, because the sun moves 72 degrees per age. So this is the place where only 140 people can go. Only those that can lay down the lamb and the lion, follow the lamb. So Jupiter is here now in Libra, and Libra is the highest cardinal wisdom of the heavens, but he's masculine. Venus is masculine here. So this became Lucifer because the sun fell here. And Venus currently, here she is, Venus was in Libra and she is now retrograding in Virgo, but she's just stopped. And she's sitting on this spica, which I've just read about recently, but it's talking about the equinoxes. So this is really the biggest secret, how we've been kept on a stuck 33-degree record. 33 is also the age that Christ died. And when Venus has just done 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness, and she's beginning her journey back, and by the time she comes back to his home, Venus, because he's masculine here, he's going to meet the Sun, Jupiter, and Mercury has just started to go backwards in Scorpio. So we are talking the kiss of Judas here. Judas is Jupiter, or Jesus, or Zeus. This is Time, who stole the throne from his dad, Cronus. Cronus used to rule the winter solstice, but Jupiter made it his birthday. And they are going to, on the 21st of December 2012, they're going to meet. So Jupiter has to do lots of black magic now, because Jupiter is in fall. They're going to meet here, and Jupiter is in fall in Capricorn. He's got no go. So those who are able to align to their third eye, which is happening right now here, and many of you should be at the moment, because Neptune is up here, and those of you who've got Mars in Fomalhaut, or the Moon on any of the fixed cross, or any of the air signs, this is everybody's time to wake up. Saturn, Pluto destroying our belief, you know, making us see through the fake light. And let's see how this is going to happen. So look, Venus, we won't forget the time. Venus is now beginning to move forward. Look, when she hits Libra, we're going to have Jupiter and Mercury together. Now I didn't go very slowly, but look, 23. Oh my goodness. Okay, so catch 22, the kiss of Judas, after the 40 nights in the wilderness, going backwards. And don't forget, we just had the Last Supper in Las Vegas. We had 13 people killed. You know, it's all rituals. It doesn't mean people aren't killed, but that was to represent the Last Supper, because Europe is now finished. So this is going to be some kind of major shock for everybody with Brexit. But Europe is over. and we move from white water Europe into red air Aquarius, and you know, the north of America has already been taken over. What they've got to do now is get South America, because that's black. And that's why at Biarritz, I live in the 32nd department here, and catch 22 is before we move to 23. 23 is 32 backwards, 32nd Scottish rights. So we're looking at a very probable events for this time, catch 22, just before Christmas, just because Michael Jackson, Mercury, and that's why the Bohemian Rhapsody is coming out now, Rat Sodomy, and that's why where I live next to where D'Artagnan was born. D'Artagnan was the fourth musketeer. The four musketeers are just talking about Antares, Fomalhaut, Regulus opposite, and the bullseye, the fake Philosopher's Stone, Aldebaran. These are the four evangelists, these are the four corners, the four musketeers. So the 32nd department where I live in France, that's why we have the Labyrinth of Pan, because this is the time that we either get it, we connect our electromagnetic frequency of our 7 chakras with our 4 parts of our brain, and it's all happening now, gang. So catch 22 is before 23, DNA flesh taken over, or you find grace 32 paths of wisdom. But Michael Jackson coming together on the 22nd, when Venus will have come out of her 40 nights and 40 days in the wilderness. We've had the Last Supper, and we're coming to the wisdom. And this is about, because we're on a fake 23.5 tilt, that represents that 23.5 out of 30 people, because there are 30 degrees in an age, are not going to make it. So if I sound crazy, you can add these dots in your own way. There's no way, you know, there's no path to add the dots. But when we hit Fomalhaut, we come out of the fake light Jupiterians that rule Sagittarius and Pisces. By that time, Mars will have hit Pisces, so this will be this is better black magic for these guys, because Mercury and Jupiter rule the mutable cross. So Pisces is again, and they want to kill the messenger. They want to kill all of us speaking up. So that's why they're going to do some major attack. Or it could be something underground, ritual, something we don't see in the exterior, but they'll be up to tricks at this time. Okay, I've got no idea how all that came out, but that was just a little message that came out right now. Lots of love.